Was Kabuto lying when he said that Madara's reanimation is special and he is stronger than his glory days? So, today's video is going to be very interesting, and many amazing topics we are covering in this video, like where Kabuto got Madara's cells, who helped him, who give him Madara's cells to make a reanimation of Madara, how does Edo Tensei actually work, how Orochimaru summons the previous Hokages, and many other interesting questions about that topic. So, first of all, how does Edo Tensei actually work? I know you guys already know about it, but there's something really interesting in this. So Edo Tensei is actually a forbidden jutsu developed by Tobirama Senju. But how? Listen to this video. Have you ever wondered how the second Hokage created Edo Tensei? Doesn't it require a human sacrifice? Hear me out. It's never really said in the manga how he got the idea, the precise method of creating it, if he invented it from zero, or perfected and codified a precedent one. Still, it's known far and wide as his jutsu by people of his time. When Mu was revived, he knew Tobirama was the inventor of the jutsu. Not only that, he even assumed the second Hokage revived him. So not only did Tobirama research the jutsu, which probably required a certain amount of victims, but even used it enough for it to be known to other villages. If you want an idea of Tobirama creating Edo, it was probably a similar scene to Orochimaru experimenting. Only, instead of being members of the village, they probably were war prisoners. Yes, I do not see the problem here. Tobirama is kind of a jerk. Playing with enemy lives is completely within his character. Tobirama figured out how to use the summoning jutsu on souls, but they needed something to be in to do anything. So he sacrificed enemies to bring back allies, and invented specific jutsu that are only really usable by Edo zombies, such as tandem paper bombs. So, the actual work of Edo Tensei is like this. The user must obtain some DNA from the person they wish to reincarnate. This can be done through blood, hair, or other biological material. After that, a living person is required as a vessel for the reincarnated soul. This person will be sacrificed, and their body will be transformed into the form of the deceased incarnation. Then, the summoning ritual is performed. In this, the DNA is smeared on a special scroll, and a summoning seal is activated. Dust and ash then encase the sacrifice's body, transforming it into the appearance of the deceased at the time of their death. The soul of the deceased, which must reside in the Pure Land, is bound to the living vessel. Souls trapped in other realms, like the Shinigami's stomach, cannot be reincarnated. But the question is, how did Orochimaru summon the previous Hokage? Orochimaru did it by using a Shinigami mask made by the Uzumaki clan, because the Reaper Death Seal is actually Uzumaki's. With this mask, he cut the Shinigami's stomach, and then performed the Edo Tensei jutsu on the previous Hokage. So, how did Kabuto obtain Madara cells? Isn't it hidden and no one knows about it? Hear me out. After Madara's death, his body was preserved and hidden by Black Zetsu. He is the smartest character in the entire verse, and I think he gave Kabuto Madara cells for the reanimation jutsu. He told Kabuto about the location of Madara's body. He extracted the cells from Madara's preserved body, and he combined Madara's cells with Hashirama's cells to enhance his reanimation jutsu. But here's the point of this scenario. Was Kabuto lying when he said that Madara's reanimation is special and he is stronger than his glory days? I think not. Not entirely. Madara was indeed a special reanimation since he was a fusion of both Madara and Hashirama. That means he now possessed more abilities than a live Madara. But stronger? No. There's some proof that goes against that. First, Kabuto had no way of knowing how strong Prime Madara was. Even he himself admitted he didn't know Madara's prime. His assumption was that by adding Hashirama's powers to Madara, he would have created a being even stronger than Prime Madara himself. But one thing he didn't take into consideration is that merely adding more abilities to someone in their weaker vessel doesn't necessarily make them stronger than their prime. Heck, even Madara himself refuted Kabuto's claim when Kabuto claimed Madara's power as an Edo was his doing. As Madara said,
"This is not power of your creation!"
Secondly now, we do have proof that Edo Tensei's body made Madara physically weaker than his alive version. We have Hashirama's statement. He said, Madara is gaining his past strength, this is bad. And there's no other shinobi who knows Madara better than Hashirama himself and vice versa. These guys knew each other when they were kids, trained together endlessly, and fought each other their entire life. So aside from Black Zetsu, no other being truly understood Madara's powers as much as Hashirama. Therefore, there's no reason to believe Hashirama's statement was false. This should be enough evidence. But no, let's add more. So, Edo Madara was cut in half by a mere kick from Lee. And on the other side, alive Madara surviving tailed beasts, hit from left to right, including a combined attack from all the freaking tailed beasts. And all Madara did was just laugh it off. Madara was even more excited being in his alive body than his Edo body. Now, of course, fusing Hashirama with Madara did improve Madara's reanimation. After all, it's Hashirama cells at work. But that only made him stronger than he would have been had he not been a fusion. But still, still, that wasn't close enough to make him surpass his prime. It's like when Orochimaru used Hashirama cells to improve his version of the Edo Tensei, but still couldn't make the Edos as powerful as they were alive. This may look different, but it's the same concept. They both used Hashirama cells to enhance their Edo summonings, so in the end, alive Madara was still much stronger than his Edo version. But his Edo form was just more deadly, since he now possessed even Hashirama's powers, and could regenerate even after getting completely obliterated. I hope I'm able to explain everything. If you enjoyed the video, then subscribe to my channel.